It was supposed to be a peaceful weekend camping trip with friends, deep in the forests of British Columbia. We were a group of 5, eager to escape the noise of the city and spend a few nights under the stars, surrounded by nature. The campsite was located in a remote area with dense trees and no cell phone service. It was perfect, at least that's what we thought. On the second night, something happened that I'll never forget. We had spent the evening around the campfire, sharing stories, laughing, and enjoying the cool forest air. By midnight, everyone started getting tired, and we decided to call it a night. Our tents were set up a few meters from each other, and the only sound was the occasional crackle of the dying campfire and the wind rustling through the trees. Sometime after falling asleep, I woke up to the sound of twigs snapping. I lay still for a moment, listening. It wasn't unusual to hear animals in the forest, but this sound was different. It was deliberate, like footsteps. I unzipped my tent as quietly as I could and peeked outside. The forest was dark, but the moonlight provided just enough light to see shadows moving between the trees. At first, I thought it was one of my friends, maybe going for a late-night walk. But then I noticed all their tents were zipped up and the footsteps were getting closer. My heart started to race. I whispered, "Is someone there?" But there was no answer. I could feel the tension rising as the footsteps stopped just outside my tent. I froze, afraid to move, waiting for something to happen. Suddenly, the footsteps continued, moving away from the camp. I grabbed my flashlight, trying to catch a glimpse of whoever, or whatever, was out there. I saw nothing, just trees and darkness. The next morning, I told my friends what I had heard. To my surprise, one of them admitted that they had also woken up during the night, hearing the same footsteps. We decided to check the area, thinking maybe it was just an animal. As we walked around the campsite, we noticed something strange. There were human footprints, barefoot, leading from the trees directly to our tents, and then away into the forest. The prints were large, like they belonged to a grown man, but none of us had left our tents that night. We packed up our camp quickly that day, feeling uneasy about staying another night. To this day, none of us can explain what we heard or saw in the forest that night. We never went back to that campsite again.